Hello, 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 hello. You're welcome to the STEM Club. And this is still our intake on coding. That's the HTML. We're learning the skeleton of a website or website building. That's what we're going to be learning, the skeleton of a website or website building. Um, in order for us to continue for today we're going to be learning about the div element, okay? The div element. So let me explain what the div element is. The div element is like a parent element. It's a parent element that contains the p tag, it contains the h1 tag. It's just as if you're writing a paragraph, but it's not a paragraph. So how do we apply this div element? So yes, yesterday we talked about let me see. Yesterday we talked about the H1, H2, and H3. So this is how the div element looks like. So under the div elements, we can also put in our p tag. And I want you to open a div element or a div tag there and put in a paragraph. And in this paragraph, you say, I'm going to build my website. All right, so we close P there. And then remember to always close your div element. So that's what we're going to do, and then Ctrl S, we're going to run it. Okay, so let us run it. Let's see how it turns out. Let's see. Okay, let's see how it turns out. All right, let's refresh. You see that? So that's a div element. You see what just happened? It just showed the I'm going to build my website. That's it. Div element. Okay. So you can try that and run that now, and let's see the results that it gives to you. And the next that we're going to be learning, we've learned about the various header tags and the various heading tags and all that. So yes, we had assignments on that. Okay. So you're going to write the rest on your own. I want you to use the header tag. I want you to use the paragraph tag. I want you to use the div tag in order to create something. So let us run something. Let's see. Mm, okay. So I want you to add a H2 tag. You can do that right now. Adding H2 tags, adding H3 tags. We have H1 to H6. Let me see. Remember, whenever you open your H1 tag or your H2 tag, you should always you should always close it. Okay. So I told you guys about the header tag. So let us add more header tags on our own. Okay. Let's go back to your notepad. Aside from the div. Okay. So we have H3. What about the H4? Did we add H4? Let's add H4 tag. My name is Gideon. Close H4. Remember, HTML is the skeleton. The CSS is going to be the flesh of the skeleton, like the muscle of the skeleton. It's going to tell us how the website is going to look like, the user experience of the website. So let's say H5 should be I can do this. You can use anything, okay? You can build it with anything. So close H5 and let's get to the last header, which is H6. Okay. Let's say um, through Christ and close H6. So anything you want to build, you can do that. And I'm just going to type it here in my own code. Mm, Remember, always close your tag after opening them. You always close your tag. Always close your tag after opening them. Okay. I'm putting in multiple headings on mine. Um, let's see, small, yeah, populations. Okay. So you go ahead and build your H3 tag or build your various tags. Let's see how this is. Please remember Control S, always save. Remember to always save. Okay. Let's see, let's refresh. You see that? You see the H6 and you see the div tag. Are you seeing the differences? This is the H6. You can see the list of the header tag through Christ. And this is H5. I can do this. Are you seeing that? Um, did we even create the H4 tag? Okay, my name is Gideon. That should be the H4. This is the H4 tag. My name is Gideon. Okay, H4, H5, H6, and this is H3. You are creative. This is H2. This is a paragraph tag, and this is our H1, the header tag. Are you seeing that? So these are the various differences, and I want you to practice and toy with all these things. Okay, so just practice and toy with them. Let's go back to our notepad. Okay, so I'm still toying with that. And see. Mhm. If it's not working, it's because you've not yet closed your tag. Okay, you've not yet closed your tag. So if we understand the aspect of divs, div, like what we were talking about today, this is it. This is the tag for div. Is one of the most popular, okay, one of the most popular elements in the HTML. That's the div. All right. So it's this code is the short form for what we call division. All right, or a container that divides a page into various sections. That's what it does. It divides a page into various sections. So these sections are very useful for like grouping elements in your HTML together. All right. So um, whatever I do inside this div means that, like, okay, for instance, if I put a h1 tag inside this div and I say, let's say now we start, and I close the h1. Are you seeing that? You can see that it is still under the div tag. Let me make let there be space. It is still under the div tag. Are you seeing that? It is still under the div tag. Okay, so that's what most of the div is. So for the div, let's see. hmm Let's see what this means, and let's see how it is, on our page. Okay, Control S. Remember, always save a page. I'm I'm going to build my website. Now we start. This is still under the same div. Both of them here are under the same div. All right? They're under the same div, meaning that they can go together because they belong to the same group. I'm going to build my website, and now we start. It's still under the same div. All right? So I need you to check that thoroughly. What I want you to do is create different divs. Create different divs like as if you're breaking the website into 5 parts. In the first part, put in your divs with different h1 tag, h2 tag, h3 tags, and write something. And then I need you to create three divs. All right. Under the three divs, you can put in paragraphs. You can put in the h1 tags, h2 tags, h3 tags, and let's see. You can submit that. You can send a screenshot of your copy of codes to the classroom, or you can do that in the comment section. All right. So let's see. Let me try and put this together. I'm gonna add a div tag here. Okay. Okay. So the h3 element says features run. Okay. Run. All right. So let's get into some arrangements. Okay. Let's get into some arrangements. Let me make this all disappear. I hope we have clear understanding on this. Let me make this all go away. And let's start with, let's say we have this, let's say we have our H1 tag. Let the H1 tag is this welcome page. Welcome to Skytop College. Close H1. Now let's open a div tag. Okay. Under the div tag, I want us to use a H2 tag, and let's say another thing about Skytop College. Close H2. You can see what I just did now is create another H3. Let's say H3 things to know about my school. I'll close H3. Mm, let's see another H3. Let's say features. Close H3. Okay, and then I'm gonna close this div. You understand? So what I just did is I I divided the page into different sections. Let's say I have another part. Let this be H2. Let this be a H2 tag. And under the H2 I have, let's say I have um, uh, our contact. Close your H2 tag. Then let's open another div to divide it into another section. And let's say under the div we have a H3 tag. For this H3, finding the main connect. Okay, so let's close H3, and let's open another one. Let's do another one, H3, and we can say STEM Club Ikodu. Close H3, and then let's close div. I want you to check something on how you're going to divide your pages. Okay, I want you to check things on how you divide your pages. So let's go. Let me add this here. Div. Mhm. Okay, close div. Remember to Control S. Always put in Control S. Let's see. Let's make this here and subtract this. Oh, let's divide it like this. So we have another div, okay, after this. Let's see. Okay, run. Okay, so remember always Control S and let's see what we've done. So refresh. So are you seeing? You can see under the our contact is broken down into three stages. We can see the first part is the H1 and there is nothing wrong with it. The second part is like another line, and you see this third part. All everything here belongs to one feature, and everything here belongs to one feature. And that's why I can easily highlight them together. The code allows me to highlight them together. Okay, it allows me to highlight them together. So the about SkyTop College, things to know about my school, features, all together. Our contact point in the main connect, STEM Club Ikorodu, all together. They're all in another div, different divs. Okay, so let's go back here and let's see. Mm, okay, so let's try and let's see. Let's open another div tag and create something else. Let this just be another h2. We can say the media plus h2 plus h2 tag. So let's see what this is and then we close. 1 second, let me just add this here. Div, close div. Okay, so let's see, Control S and let's see what we have. Okay, so let's just refresh. See that? Broken down into various stages. So that's how you build. So your assignment, create different div tags, put in the header tags inside, and just create something. All right, create something. You can change the background color of your choice as well. So create something, do something, create something. Okay, let's see how it goes. All right, so the next thing we're going to be looking at is what we call attributes. Okay, is we call this um, attributes. So if we want to expand, okay, if we want to expand an element tag, all right, so we can do so using an attribute. An attribute are content added to the opening tag of an element. So content added to the opening tag of an element. So if I want to add things inside the div tag, let's say that there are things I need to add inside the div tag, okay, that's what the attribute is. So it can be used in several different ways, providing information to change in styling when you start your CSS. Of course, attributes are made up to maybe the name of the attribute, the value of the attribute, and stuff like that. So one main thing that we should understand about attributes is what we call the ID. ID. You're going to be using this code most of the time, okay? The ID tag. Okay, so it's not really a tag, it's an attribute that we add inside the div tag, all right, or inside the tag. So that's what we call attributes, all right? So let's deal with attribute now, okay? Let's see. Okay, let me see. So I'm just going to, we're going to add an attribute. I'll tell you how to add that. Okay, let's see. Mhm. So above this div tag, let's add an attribute id equals intro. Let's put it as, let me see what's wrong with this code. All right, so let's see. Control S. I want to see what this is going to give us. Mm, 1 second, let me see. hmm Let's see. Yeah, we got a bit of hookup. Okay, so what that did is the div that just appeared here is giving us an introduction. All right, that's an intro div. I'm wondering why the web browser isn't um, why the web browser isn't running that. Okay, introduction. Yes, I did. All right, so what I want you to do in this div, you put ID introduction or intro. All right, so you put that ID introduction or intro. Don't mind, don't worry, it's going to still appear almost the same, but I just want you to run that because it's giving us an attribute of what comes first. It's telling the code what comes first. All right, so let's see. Mm, we can also put in, let me see, ID habitat. So here we can put ID contact, telling us that everything under that div is about the contact. The first one was about the introduction. Everything under the div here is about the contract. Hey, we didn't close the div here. Close div. Okay. So Control S, don't forget. You can see. Let's um let's check. Nothing changes, but it just tells us which is which. All right. The div is telling us that okay, this side is for this and this side is for this. This side is for contact, this side is for introduction. Okay, so let's go back to our code and let's see. Here, let's add an ID to the div here. ID equals media. Control S. You can also use the HTML5 if you're not using Notepad on your system. You can use the HTML5 to code for this as well. Okay, so ID media equals media. Well, all right, so um, that on div elements. So I need you to create different div elements with the h1, h2 tags with your various header tags. And in these elements, I want you to put in attributes to these elements, your various elements. Snap your code and screenshot your code and send it to me. All right. Screenshot your code and send it to me. It could be in the classroom, it could be in the comment section, wherever you can send it. You can send it to me. All right. And we'll be touching that. So if you have any question, you can put it down in the comment section, or you can head straight to the classroom and ask your questions there. All right. So um, you'll be showing me what you're going to be doing on Thursday, because we'll be creating different things on Thursday with the use of our div elements, our header tags, and displaying text. We're going to create a skeletal system for our website. All right. And I hope you understand the meaning of tags and how to open tags and close tags and how to start up your HTML. All right. So till then, see you in our next class tomorrow. Peace out. Bye.